Have you ever heard of the event of dividing the moon in two, which was proven by NASA in 2015 and is one of the greatest miracles of our Prophet Muhammad? This miracle astonished not only the people of that period, but even today's scientists. Before you learn about this miraculous event, let's like the video and subscribe to our channel, and let's be a beneficiary of the hadith. He who spreads good is like the one who does it. The invitation to Islam, which was preached by our Prophet Muhammad, was constantly rejected and denied by the polytheists of that period. The arrogance and stubbornness in their hearts prevented them from seeing the truth. According to them, Islam was a belief system that threatened their social order and interests. However, this resistance was not only due to material concerns. Their hearts were sealed, and neither the miracles they saw nor the words of wisdom they heard could change this situation. Our Prophet showed some miracles while inviting people to the religion of Allah, which is the right path. These miracles were proofs from Allah confirming his prophethood. However, the polytheists found an excuse for every miracle they saw and tried to make it look like a small and simple event in the eyes of the people. The polytheists sometimes made impossible requests in order to put the Prophet in a difficult situation. For them, these demands were not a search for faith, but a mockery and a challenge. "If you are really the Prophet of Allah, show us this and do that," they would say. However, Allah never left his beloved Prophet alone and always supported him against the polytheists. One day, a group of polytheists, including Abu Jahl, came to the Prophet and said defiantly, "If you are really a prophet, let us see the moon split in two, so that one half of it appears on Mount Abu Qubais and the other half on Mount Qaiqian." This was a demand that they could not even fit into their minds, because the splitting of a large celestial body such as the moon into two was an unimaginable event for the people living at that time. Their aim was to put the Prophet Muhammad in a difficult situation and to make him look like a liar by claiming that the miracle had not happened. The Prophet asked them, "If I do this, will you believe?" The polytheists said, "Yes, of course we will believe." The moon was full that night. It was shining brightly in the sky in all its splendor. Our Prophet, as always, turned to Allah and asked for his help. Then he pointed to the moon with his finger of martyrdom, and at that moment, a miracle took place in front of the eyes of all people, and the moon split in two. The scene at that moment was as the polytheists wanted. One half of the moon was visible on Mount Abu Qubais and the other half on Mount Qaiqian. Our Prophet turned to the crowd who saw the event with their eyes and called out, "Be witnesses." The polytheists were astonished, and after a while, instead of believing even in the face of this obvious miracle, they succumbed to their own ego. They said of this great event, which they had seen with their own eyes, "This is a magic of Muhammad." But there were some among them who doubted. "If this is magic, it cannot affect only this place. Let us ask the travelers on the way and see if they have also seen what we have seen." They asked the travelers coming from the neighborhood. The travelers said that they had indeed seen the moon split in two. Although this situation made it difficult for the polytheists to deny, they could not overcome their arrogance that prevented them from believing. They did not keep the promise they had made before, "Of course we will believe." Instead, they continued their denial, saying, "Muhammad's magic has even affected the heavens." Upon this event, Allah Almighty said in Surah Al-Qamar, "The hour approached and the moon was split. When they see a miracle, they turn away and say, 'This is a continuing magic.'" This verse both clearly confirms the miracle and reveals the disbelief and stubbornness of the polytheists. This event was an event that strengthened the faith of not only the polytheists, but also the Muslims. After seeing this miracle of the Prophet, the companions increased their devotion to him even more. However, This miracle does not only appeal to the people of that period. This event, which is the subject of research by scientists even today, reveals the power of Allah and the righteousness of our Prophet. The event of the moon splitting in two shows us once again that the Prophet was supported by Allah. Unfortunately, those whose hearts were sealed could not see the truth and chose to deny even this miracle by calling it magic.